You know that feeling when your car still starts, still drives, but it just doesn't feel right anymore. Maybe it's slower getting up to speed, maybe you're filling up more often, or maybe there's this odd whistle you swear wasn't there before. Here's the thing, turbochargers usually don't fail without warning. Most drivers notice small changes long before a complete breakdown. The problem is, those little clues are easy to brush off until the power really drops and the repair bill gets ugly. A turbo is basically an air pump. It uses exhaust flow to force more air into the engine, and that extra air helps the engine make more power without needing a bigger engine. That's the simple version. When it's working properly, the car feels stronger, smoother, and more efficient. When it starts having problems, the signs can show up slowly, and this is where people accidentally ignore a serious clue. The first big one is loss of power. If your car used to pull nicely and now feels flat, lazy, or just weirdly slow, pay attention to that. A failing turbo may not build the boost pressure the engine is expecting, so the engine loses that extra shove. A lot of people blame bad gas, hot weather, or just an aging car. And sure, sometimes it is something else. I'm not saying every power loss means your turbo is dying, but when the car feels consistently less responsive, especially under acceleration, that's not something to shrug off. Right behind that is smoke from the exhaust, not normal condensation on a cold morning. I'm talking about smoke that seems excessive, especially gray-blue smoke. That can happen when oil starts getting past worn turbo seals and ends up burning in the exhaust. That might not seem like a big deal at first, but it matters. People often ignore it because the car still runs, and the smoke may only show up during certain conditions. The frustrating part is, turbo repairs rarely get cheaper with time. If oil is moving where it shouldn't, you want that checked before it turns into a much bigger mess. Then there's the noise. A healthy turbo can make a light whistle, so not every whistle is bad news. But a louder whine, a siren sound, or a strange hissing noise that keeps getting worse can point to trouble. Sometimes it's bearing wear inside the turbo. Sometimes it's a boost leak in a hose or connection. Either way, unusual turbo noises are worth taking seriously. Most people completely overlook this symptom because the car still feels mostly normal. And this is where many turbo owners get caught off guard. Another warning sign is increased oil consumption. If you're topping off oil more often and you don't see a major leak on the ground, don't just assume it's normal for an older engine. Turbo systems rely heavily on clean, properly flowing oil. If the seals or bearings are wearing out, oil can get pulled into the intake or exhaust side. That doesn't always mean the turbo is finished, but it does mean something needs attention. If you like practical car advice that helps avoid expensive repairs, subscribe, because catching stuff like this early is exactly how people save money. The check engine light is another one that people try way too hard to ignore. If you get a boost-related fault code, especially something like an underboost code, the car is basically telling you it's not seeing the pressure it expects. Now, to be fair, that doesn't automatically mean the turbo itself is bad. It could be a sensor issue, a leak, a control problem, or something else in the system. But when that light comes on with weak acceleration or strange turbo noise, it's worth paying attention. Diagnosis matters here. Replacing a turbo without checking the whole system is how people waste a lot of money. This next sign often appears much earlier than people expect: inconsistent boost or hesitation. Maybe the car pulls hard one moment, then feels flat the next. Maybe acceleration feels jerky, delayed, or uneven, especially when you step into the throttle. That can happen when boost isn't building smoothly or when the system can't control pressure correctly. A lot of drivers describe it as the car feeling confused, not broken, just inconsistent. And that can be easy to dismiss because the issue comes and goes. The scary part is that the car may still feel mostly normal during light driving. Then there's fuel economy. If you're visiting the gas station more often and your driving habits haven't really changed, don't overlook that. A turbocharged engine depends on proper airflow and boost control to stay efficient. When the system isn't working right, the engine can end up using more fuel while delivering less performance. That's one of the sneakiest warning signs because people usually blame traffic, weather, or fuel prices before they blame a developing turbo problem. If you've ever dealt with a turbo problem, let me know what symptoms showed up first, because it's usually not the dramatic failure people imagine. It's one or two subtle changes, then three, then suddenly the car feels nothing like it used to. A lot of expensive turbo failures could have been caught earlier. That's really the takeaway here. Noticeable power loss, extra smoke, strange whining, higher oil use. A check engine light, inconsistent boost, and worsening fuel economy don't all guarantee a dead turbo. But when multiple symptoms start showing up together, it's time to stop guessing and get it checked properly. Most drivers don't realize this, but turbochargers usually do give you a heads up. If you catch the warning signs early, you may be dealing with a hose, a leak, a sensor, or a repair that's still manageable. Wait too long and the cost can climb fast. Subscribe if you want more simple maintenance advice that helps your engine last longer and helps you avoid the kind of repair bill nobody wants.